Let's go.
Natalie,
Welcome.
good to see you again.
You too. I love the shirt. Looking very vibrant.
Thank you.
So
Thank you. It was a gift. It was a gift.
it was a gift. Lovely, lovely. Welcome back, our audience. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do share, like, and subscribe. And today's topic is going to be about purpose. Most of us are doing freelance, avoiding 9 to 5 jobs because we do not find them fulfilling. We don't want to follow in the steps of our aunties and relatives, doing jobs that do not give us a sense of purpose. So let's hear from you, Mr. Ristic. What is your purpose, and how does your generation see the whole purpose discussion?
Sorry about this. I'm trying to find some purpose for this bottle. And it looks like the purpose for this bottle is to provide water for me. And I'm sorry if that's not melodramatic enough for your generation, but it is actually a great purpose for this bottle. And I'm just wondering whether you guys have already found your purpose, but it doesn't match your Hollywood idea of what purpose is. So, we can't all save the dolphins. Somebody has to actually,
a Hollywood
somebody
idea?
actually has to do normal things in life, like mundane things. So when you say you don't have your purpose, I don't know whether you're talking about some high level of existence.
The fulfillment.
Because,
are you
fulfillment?
fulfilled?
Well, first of all, I think that purpose in living is life is the purpose of living, and to start with. And when you say about fulfillment, I think it's a question of what do you find fulfilling? You don't seem to like the idea that mundane jobs can be fulfilling. When you say that the guy who cleans the street, he cleans the street, maybe, but his purpose is to keep this town clean. And that's the purpose of his job. Now, maybe that's not his purpose as a person. And I think this is where the biggest problem is. You, on one hand, I feel, not maybe you, I don't know, but a lot of people seem to think that as themselves as Democrats and sort of free and, sort of not bound by corporate things. But when you ask them about something like purpose, they keep talking about the job description. And suddenly they become the corporate representatives. So the purpose of a cleaning job is to make the place clean. That's not necessarily the purpose of the cleaner. He might have a purpose in life to put the bread on the table of his family. So maybe he has a purpose to put his children to school. Maybe his purpose is to find that life that includes all of that. So I'm not quite sure. What do you mean fulfilling? What is fulfilling?
That sense of, okay, I'm doing what I came on earth to do, that you get whenever I speak on camera or whenever I am doing a video. There's that, this is what I was born to do sense that you get. I don't know if you've ever felt it in any of the things you do. And
that's what I'm saying. I think you're mixing up the job and life. And actually, there's no such division. So if you had a child and that child was sick at home and you had to choose between recording your video or looking after the child, you would have looked after the child. And at that particular moment, the purpose wouldn't have been looking like is to record the video. The purpose would have been to look after the child. So the purpose of life is living. That's the purpose of life. That's why it was given to you. Now, your particular purpose could change from morning to evening. It's what's fulfilling you is what you decide is fulfilling you. And if at the end of every road and the beginning of the road is always you, then that's simple. It's like, it's very popular, it's egocentric, it's narcissistic, it lends itself to the current generations. So the purpose is to photograph yourself as many times as possible so that you can feel more and more beautiful, maybe. I don't know. So, but life is a purpose.
So are you saying there's no one all-encompassing purpose? It's just you figuring it out as you go along, and then your purpose morphing according to your situation or circumstances and all?
I do believe that God puts us on earth for a particular reason. And I believe that reason is that we can use the life he's given us here to its fullest by being the channel of his love and his kindness to others. Now, that is actually simpler than it sounds. Now, you could say that the way to do that is to do grand things and feed the world. Or you could say that all it will take is to take an old woman by hand and help her cross the road. So I don't think that you can find a purpose by doing job description. You can't describe individual actions like that. It's more an attitude. And the attitude that I have a purpose. I'm not here by mistake. And my purpose is to show love of God to other people. Now, I could be showing it as an accountant and a father and an uncle, and I don't even need to be a father. But the issue is not what you're doing. The issue is why you're doing it. And the issue is who is doing it. So you will find the fulfillment when you stop looking to fulfill yourself and you start looking to fulfill others. Then you will find the fulfillment. Because otherwise, what you're asking is, I'm in an ice cream shop and all of these flavors, and I don't know which one to take. Oh, that's interesting. Why don't you bring 3 people who can't afford ice cream and offer it to them and let them choose what they want to eat?
Isn't that a stark way of looking at it? Because, okay, fine, using your analogy, even if you're in an ice cream shop and there's so many flavors, there's that one flavor meant for you. Like the moment you test vanilla, be like, this is it. And no other flavor will ever match up to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't take such an absolute view in life. I know that you strongly believe that you have a freedom to choose, but you keep forgetting that you were actually a person who couldn't read or write or talk only a few years ago. And whatever was put into you since you were born as determining whether, now sometimes it's God-given choice. Sometimes vanilla was put into you when you were 2-year-old, and since then you have no idea why you love vanilla. I love the way that people think it's like, I am free to choose whatever I want. Yeah, but the fridge in the ice cream shop is limited. There are only 22 flavors. Try to choose the flavor that's not there and you see what's going to happen. So, yeah, some things feel better. Some things, they're definitely God-given gifts. I believe in that. And that if you identify those gifts and you work on them, they become real strengths. And you will know what they are if you don't mind failing and you don't mind doing it for free and you don't mind repeating it over and over and you're never bored with it. That's something that you were meant to do. I didn't say that's your purpose. That's something you're meant to do. So if you downscale your expectations of the questions you've given me, because I already gave you an answer, the purpose of the life is living it. The purpose of your purpose is to, again, I repeat what I said about God and his love to earth, and to people. But if you're now talking about doing something, I would say there are definitely a lot of, in fact, if you go into a book by Marcus Buckingham called Know Your Strengths, he talks about it as 36 identifiable gifts that if you work on them, talents, that if you work on them, you can become good at it. And you will know they're yours by simply being ready to do it over and over and over again, and being ready to try over and over and over again, and wouldn't mind failing, and you wouldn't mind not being paid for it, because in the end, Tina Turner said, I would sing even if they didn't pay me millions. Steven Spielberg said, I would make movies for free, but these guys insist on paying me millions. And so that these things, that it is true that doing something that was meant for you will feel right. But that's not purpose in life. That's just what you're doing.
Well, in a way, you're supporting our lifestyle, because for you to have the flexibility to try a couple of things and fail, millennium, the hustle culture. Because you definitely.
The downside of it, you missed that part of the sentence where I said, if you have a talent and you really work hard on it, it will become your strength. So you guys have a talent and you just skip that middle bit. So you want it to be strength, you know? You want to be journalist without fetching coffee for the editor. You want to be, you want to be nurses and doctors without carrying the bedpan and throwing out the shit that the patients are putting in the bed. And this is not possible because your talents will forever remain fake talents. Because to be able to move the talent to the strength, you have to come to such a perfection of what you're doing that you're doing it subconsciously. And that cannot be done by watching. That cannot be done by deciding. that has to be done by hard work over and over again. So you have somehow selected out of all this what doesn't seem to be supporting because you guys don't want to do hard work.
Okay, that's our 10 minutes for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget
By the
to
way,
share.
I have a bad news for you.
What?
There are millennials who like to do hard work.
Ah!
And you will know them because they are
You
your
just
future
had to make a
bosses.
grand exit. You
You
just had
will
to
know them because they're your future bosses. They will rule you in 10 years' time.
Okay, bye.